Superman and Lois Season 3, Episode 11, the penultimate to the penultimate. We are getting close to the end. Still no word on what's going on here. If I'm going to hedge bets, I think this is it, which kind of sucks because we're really going to be ending this season on a cliffhanger. Because they've been teasing Lex Luthor for a majority of the season. We have yet to see him. I know I keep harping on that, but it's a key character to the Superman mythos that they're talking about. He's yet to show up. And saying that too, with 2 episodes left after this one, we really completed the story. Like we really kind of just had the conclusion to a lot of arcs take place in this one. The Bruno Mannheim storyline's over. The Lois Lane story is over. The Sarah story is over. The Kyle one is essentially over. The Jordan one is over. We're starting up a new type of story with 2 episodes left. And I guess you could do that if maybe they were changing it so these final episodes feel like a conclusion. Maybe it's like Lex shows up and it's like the story continues and the Cain and Abel relationship just keeps growing between them, and it's like a legacy, a history, the stuff of legend. I don't know. Maybe that's what's going to happen, because so far we kind of told the ending. We really did. There was 2 big storylines in this episode that we have to wrap up. The first one is we're finally completing the arc of Lois doing her mastectomy, which it's really amazing to me that we actually went through with it, because for a lot of this episode, she is in a hospital room. We start where they show up there, they're getting ready to start the surgery, she gets in the gown, she's preparing for it, and there's tremors coming from an unrelated thing that's like, oh, maybe we should be postponing this. And you think at every single moment along the way that they're doing that narrative, they're gonna just wait till the very last minute and then we're not actually gonna do it. Like, we're not gonna have our lead female character lose both of her breasts, because I know it's like, well, it's not a part of her character to be that feminine and sexual. It definitely feels like something another comic book show would be afraid to do. But it turns out we're actually going to do it. And we did. We have Lois's surgery during these tremors caused by Pia, and the entire time I'm just waiting for the switcheroo where we're not going to do it, where she's going to walk away. We'll have to reschedule another time, probably after the episodes are done airing, But no, she does it. We finish her arc in that situation. She goes through with it, even though she could probably die from the tremors going on, but she does it, which is cool. The way she talks about psyching herself up for the situation, and she can't do it again because of that, I think is really cool and really powerful, and it gives her something to do. In between those moments, things are happening with her kids where you start to realize there might be something larger going on with Jordan. He's having his panic attacks again, but it's not just the panic attacks. There's something else going on with him. At the very wrong time, his X-ray vision is coming in, and he's starting to see through people. The effects look really good when he's seeing through people. It's not one we see a lot of used in the show. We do a lot of the other types of vision where you can zoom in and that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool to use the X-ray stuff. Looks pretty fun. Now Jordan could do it. We think he's panicking because of that. We're going to have to get him out of the hospital, but it's John that calms him down. Once again, showing you John is a hero without the need for powers. He is the other half of Superman's son, if that makes sense, where Jordan has this power and he's using it for good. John's got the heart. Perfect dynamic. I think they handled that so well in a way that could so easily have fallen apart. I really appreciated that. So Lois, she completes the surgery. She comes out okay, only to realize there was a lot of stuff going on while she was under. And that stuff just wraps up the Bruno Mannheim arc. So we do connect it to everything else going on. John Henry and Natalie get involved. Natalie wants to see Mateo. Of course she does, the little boyfriend. It's really cute. She's going to fly to the raided offices. Or is it the home? I think it might be the home actually of Bruno. And it's like, he's not here. Her dad's pissed off at her because they're star-crossed lovers. You get the whole story. We also know that the serum that Bruno gave to Pia isn't working, so they have to find a way to add more to it. Like if we give her more, it'll stabilize her, but it might not be enough to actually stabilize her. This could legitimately be the end of Pia as we know it. And look, it is a big effects sequence when she uses her power, What I think the show has done really well is use it sparingly, and when you use it, you make it look cheap and expensive at the same time. You shatter some windows, you have people screaming in pain, and then you just do like a ripple effect on the camera, you put that filter on, it looks good. It's not trying too hard, but we get the sense that something big and bad is happening here. Because Pia is losing control on a scale she never has before. She might level a city block, which would be very impressive for her. They have to clear everybody out of the situation. Things are looking bad. There's probably nothing they can do to stop her. When she's underneath the building, is it Hobbs Bay or the office that she's under when she crawls up to the surface? Can't remember. But the idea is she's gonna blow and we gotta stop her. What can we realistically do? Well, there's only one person who could stop her from leveling a city block, and that guy is currently preoccupied with his wife's surgery, but luckily he gets in there in the nick of time in a very beautiful sequence. I really appreciate just the quietness of this moment where this is our big action piece. We're setting up all this stuff. We closed off a city block in Vancouver for probably about like a couple days of shooting, and then we think there's going to be like a huge fight, but it's just Tyler struggling to get through the blast. Is he going to do it? Eventually he does. We go to like the rooftop of like the big apartment where Mateo and his father are watching Pia in this situation. Natalie is there with him, and we see that Steele's like, they kind of connect. Bruno is finally coming to his senses. It could be kind of annoying that his like whole arc just kind of ends in this moment, but it's about love. It's literally the duality of what you're going to do for your wife when she is sick. It's Clark learning he can't do anything to save Lois no matter what the outcome can be, and it's Bruno going above and beyond to try to save his wife, knowing that it's going to end in tragedy. It's so subtly cool, and I really appreciate how they handled that. But with her power about to explode and burst into new ways, what are we going to do? We're just going to let go. And that's what Superman says. He's like, it's okay to let go. You can stop fighting. And he picks her up, takes her into the sky for her to burst and lose the rest of her energy. A huge shockwave radiates over Metropolis, and Pia dies. And it is really beautiful. The fact that we don't see the death and we see it from Bruno and Mateo's perspective is really powerful, and it just makes the whole sequence feel that much more intense. I really appreciated that. It looks great. Also, in the background, are we building a giant building that's in the shape of an M? Is that for Mannheim or Metropolis? They don't say, because it looks like it's in the Suicide Slums, but I don't know. I just think it was really cool, and it's a really quiet moment where Superman's like, I had to fight in my own life to help my wife and just be like, I can't do this. I have to let what's going to happen, even though I want to do something. And now he is doing that for Pia. He's in the same situation with Pia where you have to let go. There's nothing I can do that's going to stop this from happening. And it ultimately takes her life. And it's a really beautiful moment. It's powerful. It's subtle. It's lovely. And at that time, Bruno gives up. Like, what is he really fighting for now? There's too much on him, and he makes a deal with the DOD, like, I will surrender everything if you give my son a better normal life that he can have to flourish. So, is he going to become a Smallville staple now? Is he going to head over to Smallville and just live with somebody for a minute? I was thinking for a minute it looked like that John Henry was going to adopt him, but I kind of doubt it. Could just go anywhere, really. But it's a really quiet, beautiful moment, and for the past couple episodes not having a bunch of stuff I really loved, I did like seeing this quiet subtlety where it's like Superman realizing he can't save somebody and it's easier just to let it go than to fight this any longer. It's a really beautiful moment, and it worked well, and that's a good wrap up for that storyline. So the Bruno stuff we don't have to worry about anymore. Mateo will be doing his own thing. Another guy kind of got his ending, and that's Kyle Cushing. My favorite character. We open up with him talking to Clark like, this whole time you were Superman, dude? That's badass. Even when we were like in high school and you were like a nerdy little dude, cool. That's awesome. He's just sold. He's also mad at Chrissy for keeping it a secret and making him feel dumb. And I like that reaction where he's like, I figured it out on my own. I did that. None of you told me, and then you all lied to me. You tried to gaslight me. Don't gaslight Kyle. He knows the facts. And he just kind of gets mad at her, and they have like their first big fight. And as they're having that fight, Sarah's spiraling. she's kind of like upset at like the stuff with Jordan, and now she's got a DUI under her belt, and she probably won't get into a good school. She's losing her mind, and she's falling apart heavy. And that's when Lana tries to intervene, getting Kyle's help to talk some sense into their daughter to help her straighten out what she thinks her life's becoming. It's a beautiful moment where it's just Kyle like, I had a lot of problems when I was younger. I went to places I didn't want to go. It was terrifying and it was scary. And I just held on to one idea and it got me through those times. And no, I'm not just talking about the affair, but my drinking, the problems I had when I was a young man. Maybe you just need something to latch onto that's stable and gives you stability. Oh, she's going to be a waitress at the diner. Yeah, I guess. I mean, Candace doesn't work there now, so thematically it does work that another young person would work there. It's one of my favorite things that television does, where the young character is going to work a job at a diner and they're going to be bad at it because no young person wants to work at a diner, let alone be in a diner. I love that. It's so fun. That's when Lana's like, hey, you should take your own advice at being a better person. Go talk to your girl. So Kyle goes to talk to Chrissy, and they have a nice, lovely moment. It's beautiful. Like, it definitely feels like we could end it here. It kind of wraps up every storyline, but at the same time, Lex Luthor's getting out in the next episode, and the Bizarro Superman is just wandering through the catacombs of Mannheim's facility. So, 2 more of these, I guess. And that's fine. Look, it's comic books. If you're going to end on a cliffhanger that's never resolved, we're used to it. We're comic book fans. I have no problem with that. It's a nice episode. It was quiet. It was intimate. It was about the love of 2 husbands trying to protect their wives and the disadvantages that come with that. Pretty cool. We don't get a lot of other big scale comic book stuff talking about those issues. So I commend it for taking the opportunity to do that. And that is going to do it for this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.